Hi everyone, I'm really excited to share with you the new Kellycreates Moonlight pens. I've been waiting for this product to release and here it finally is. So what is it? It's a Moonlight marker actually, that's what we've called it. And you can see it has a large brush tip. So it is similar to the size of a dream pen. You can get thick and thin strokes because it is flexible. It is not a solid white paint pen. You can see that you can get these kind of chalk-like effects. And of course, you're going to use it on darker paper. Now, darker paper doesn't have to be black. In my Kellycreates Be Inspired project pad, I have very smooth paper that is black, white, and craft. So today I'm going to show you the Moonlight markers working on the black paper and also on the craft paper. So I use my craft paper here with the jewel pens. I'm just going to flip it over and use this. So what I did with the Moonlight pens in these projects is this is just a piece of home decor I'm going to frame. Reach for the stars. And this is my scrapbook page where I wrote "Love you to the moon and back," my daughter's first day of grade 12. I thought I'd use kind of a kid's quote from when she was little and add it to this special scrapbook page. I used Vicki Bouton's papers, if you're wondering, and her line, I think this is her, field notes line. So anyway, let us take a look at these pens in action. I'm going to first, one thing I want to mention before I forget is when you are working with these pens, they are kind of like for a special project. They're not pens that you would practice with. It's for when you want to design something for a project and have an end goal. So what you want to do is you won't be really practicing with these brush pens. You would take a grid paper and you would figure out your layout design with a similar large brush tip pen. Like I use my Dream pen to kind of sketch. Well, I use a pencil to sketch and the Dream pen to practice this quote. And you could use also a pencil when you want to do your final project and lightly draw your letters and words, and so they're nicely spaced apart in your layout design. Okay, now let's grab a piece of black paper. And now every black paper is different. Some black papers are more porous than others, and you will see that with these Moonlight markers. So the ink might sometimes absorb quickly and you won't get good coverage. You can layer this ink. So I'm going to hold it just like I do my brush pen, and I will just maybe do some strokes first. So I will have a light upstroke and I'm going to move slowly so I have a good application of the ink, and you can see that it is very light with light pressure, and then when you have more pressure, the darkness comes out like this. There is a gradation of color sometimes. So again, it is a drier ink, so you can layer it. I'll do an underturn and then an overturn. And then when I use it on my project, I will actually layer it. I'll wait a few minutes for it to dry and I will layer it on top so I get more coverage like this. So like I said, it is a very chalky ink effect, but when you're layering, wait for the first layer to dry. Okay, now let's do a word. You do get two in a pack. You get two markers in a pack. And you are going to draw quite slowly, because if you don't, like I said, the ink flow, the white ink flow is actually very slow. So you might think, oh no, this marker is dry. But it's actually not dry. It's the type of ink it is, and it's not like a paint pen at all, and you will get a very pretty chalk effect, but I don't want you to think that you're going to get solid opaque coverage. That's not the kind of pen it is. So I will let this dry, and then if I do want it a little bit darker, I would come back, and like I said, I'll do it with this stroke. I would come back and go over it and just kind of paint on gently so I don't tear the paper, another layer of the white so that it is darker. And those of you who are quite artistic with your hand lettering, you will like this and appreciate this feature because you can get different depths of color and actually really create a nice fun chalk effect, except it's with a brush pen. Let's grab the craft paper. So here's the craft paper from the Be Inspired, and I will just write the same word out here. So it'll be more subtle. So remember, you can use it on different colored paper. On this paper, I would layer it just because there isn't very much contrast, like this. So I would let this dry, and then I'd come back and add some more ink and layer it that way. But what's really nice about the craft paper and working with the craft paper is adding black accents. So I'm going to grab my deluxe lettering kit, and I can take a fine liner or a brush pen. I'll grab my fine tip pen like this. And so I could add a drop shadow or highlights or outlines with my fine liner, and then create a really kind of fun black and white effect with that. And that will really, this will also make my white lettering pop. So I could do the same thing. That's my Kellycreates fine liner. That's 08. I could do the same thing with my black fine tip pen. So I'll just go over this to see, and I'll create a thicker line like that. So it's more dramatic, just so you have an idea. I don't have to write it again, like this. And this ink, again, is quite quick drying in terms of the Moonlight pen. I call it a pen, but actually it's a marker. The Moonlight marker, I should learn the proper name, shouldn't I? And you can see what a difference that makes. So you can have a lot of fun with this, with the Moonlight markers on any kind of dark paper, and enjoy your hand lettering projects. Thanks for watching.